Two women were dead. It began on a dark night in southwest Florida. In October of 2019, the city of Cape Coral was shaken. Christine Melton, Diane Ruiz. Their lives were taken in separate brutal acts. The community was left in shock. The police found themselves at the start of a difficult and urgent investigation. They had to find the person responsible. They needed to restore a sense of safety to a town that was now living in fear. The question on everyone's mind was simple, yet terrifying. Who had done this, and why? The crimes were not just murders, they were an assault on the peace of the entire community. The horror began in the quiet of a bedroom. Christine Melton, 35, was at home. She had spent the evening with a man named Brandon Sailors. After he left her Cape Coral duplex, she went to sleep. She was in her own bed, in her own home, a place where she should have been completely safe. But someone came into her house that night. That person entered her room while she was sleeping. She never woke up. The next day, on October 7, 2019, she was found dead. The cause of death was determined to be strangulation. Her car, a white Toyota, was missing. It was clear that this was not just a murder, it was also a robbery. The police immediately began the process of collecting evidence. They photographed the scene, they dusted for fingerprints. The police issued an alert for Christine Melton's missing car. The vehicle description was broadcast on local news and shared on social media. A car pulled up beside her. The driver, a man she did not know, asked for directions to a nearby school. After she helped him, he offered her a ride. A seemingly kind gesture. Diane, trying to get to work on time, accepted and got into the car. The car was not just any car. The white Toyota belonging to the first victim, Christine Melton. Inside that vehicle, the situation turned violent. Diane tried to get out of the car. The driver attacked her. He beat her. He strangled her. He pushed her out of the moving vehicle, then, in an act of unimaginable cruelty, ran her over repeatedly. Her body was later found in a field off a construction road. The two crimes were linked. Christine Melton's car was the undeniable connection. The killer was still out there, driving a stolen car, and had already struck twice. With two women dead and a killer on the loose, the Cape Coral Police Department launched a massive investigation. Every available officer was put on the case. They worked around the clock. An all-points bulletin was issued. Law enforcement agencies across the state were on the lookout for the white Toyota. The investigation was a two-front war. Forensic teams collected DNA, fingerprints, fibers, any microscopic trace the killer might have left behind. Investigators were chasing down leads and interviewing potential witnesses, friends, family, co-workers, trying to piece together their final hours. The public's help was essential. Tips poured into the department. Investigators had to sift through this mountain of information, separating credible leads from false alarms. Meanwhile, the city of Cape Coral remained on edge. The randomness of the attacks meant that everyone felt vulnerable. In the chaotic early days, it's common to chase leads that go nowhere. One of the first individuals to come under scrutiny was Brandon Sailors, the man who had been with Christine on the night she was killed. Police questioned him extensively, trying to verify his story and his whereabouts. His name was mentioned in news reports, and speculation swirled. The police must rule out those closest to the victim before they can widen their search. Ultimately, investigators were able to confirm his alibi and clear him of any involvement. Each false lead represented hours and resources diverted from other avenues. This delay added to the frustration and anxiety felt by the victims' families and the community. Arresting the wrong person would be a catastrophic mistake. A second injustice piled on top of the first. In the age of social media, rumors and accusations can spread like wildfire, potentially ruining the reputation of an innocent person. They had to resist the pressure for a quick arrest and focus on building a case based on solid, irrefutable evidence. As traditional leads grew cold, investigators turned to the unseen trail left in the digital world. Cell phone records and tower data could map final movements and proximity to the crime scenes. Surveillance footage, gas stations, traffic lights, storefronts might hold a single frame that breaks a case. Investigators reviewed social media connections, posts, and interactions for relevant links. Each ping, each frame, each post, a single clue. Pieced together, a clear path leading to a suspect. As investigators pieced together the digital and physical evidence, one name began to surface: Wade Stephen Wilson. He was a 25-year-old man from Southwest Florida with a history of trouble with the law. His record included charges that showed a pattern of escalating behavior. A disturbing picture emerged of a man with a capacity for violence. While awaiting trial, he dramatically altered his face with tattoos, including swastikas. When his mugshot was released, public reaction was swift and strong. Fear, anger, and debates about mental health. Detectives learned he spoke to his father shortly after the murders. In a recorded jailhouse call, Wilson allegedly confessed, giving details only the killer would know. Investigators found Christine Melton's white Toyota abandoned with forensic evidence, including DNA, linking Wilson to the vehicle. A witness told police he showed up at her workplace in Christine's car and tried to pull her inside. Cell phone data placed his phone near Christine's home, then along the route where Diane was abducted and later found. His behavior in custody revealed troubling incidents, including fights and violations. The red herrings fell away, replaced by a clear, compelling path: stolen car, DNA, witnesses, cell locations, a jailhouse confession. The case was no longer circumstantial. The arrest was imminent. This case shows the dual role of technology. The same digital tools that built his notoriety led to his capture. Cell phone pings, surveillance videos, and data logs together unlock the mystery. Modern police work blends old-fashioned detective skills with cutting-edge forensic technology. A trail invisible a generation ago can now be reconstructed as a silent, objective witness. The unseen trail made a quiet, powerful statement and spoke the truth. Truth led to a verdict, a sentence, and a measure of justice. With Wade Wilson under arrest, the case moved from the streets to the courtroom. Prosecutors presented the stolen car, the DNA, witness statements, cell phone locations, and the jailhouse confession. On June 12, 2024, the jury found him guilty of 2 counts of first-degree murder and other charges. On August 27, 2024, the judge imposed 2 death sentences. Remember this story not for the killer's notoriety but for the lives that were lost. Christine Melton and Diane Ruiz. Honor the victims. Let evidence, not speculation, lead the way.